What's up guys, it's Tyler from the Aquatic Journal. Today's video I'm going to share probably my pretty unpopular opinion in the hobby, especially for anyone that's new in the hobby. And it's that I just don't really like betta fish. I have two, they're sitting right over here on my right. They're actually my grandparents' fish. They're on vacation right now, so I've just been watching them and feeding them and taking care of them. But honestly, I don't think I would keep them myself. Even having them now, I don't really care for them. Their personalities are okay, but there's not a lot of exciting behaviors that they necessarily do, and I don't just want to like sit and watch their tank, which is very different from, say, the tank behind me, which you'll see this tank next week in the next video, so stay tuned for that because this is all completely new. And yeah, definitely compared to like my shell dwellers or even like the guppies, barbs, anything like that, I think they just have better behaviors than bettas do. So today's video I want to share with you my top 5 fish that I think would be great alternatives to a betta fish tank. So the parameters for this, they're all fish that would go good in a 5-gallon or smaller. Some of them might prefer a bigger tank, but basically I want to just say the same tank you would put a betta in. So a heated 5-gallon tank, planted, all that kind of stuff. So these are all alternatives that will work in those same parameters. So let's get started. Number 5 should come as no surprise to anyone that's been following my channel, and that's going to be guppies. I think guppies are a great addition. I love watching their tanks. You can get them in a bunch of amazing colors just like bettas, and you'll see babies pretty much all the time because the females will produce fry every 30 days. So you're going to see babies pretty much consistently. I probably can scoop out at this point at least 2 dozen every 30 days easily at this point. And they do that every month, so it's super easy, super fun tank to watch. You can keep a good trio in a 5-gallon tank easily and then get babies. So I think it would be a great addition to a 5-gallon tank and a good alternative to a betta. Number 4 on the list, for the rest of these, we're pretty much going to be fish that I actually don't have because I don't have a lot of tanks that are under 4 gallons. So what I actually did is I went to my local fish store. I talked to them beforehand, made sure I could film, so I went to Water Colors Aquarium Gallery here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They have a YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram. They even have a podcast. I'll put all those links in the description. You guys can check them out as they were nice enough to let me film, even go down into their little breeding facility and show me some of the fish that they didn't have upstairs for sale. So I'm super happy. Charles, thanks. Shout out to you for helping me out here. And I'm going to show you some of the fish they have there. So number 4 we're going to talk about is Rasboras. I think they're a really good alternative. They are super small. You can get them in a billion different colors. The Rasboras that I'm showing you here are ones that I hadn't seen before. They were at Water Colors Aquarium Gallery, but there's about a billion that you can get. They have ruby red Rasboras, green Rasboras. There's a lot of different varieties that are all super nano fish, so you could keep a good amount of them in a 5-gallon tank. They look like they pretty much school together sometimes, which is kind of a cool behavior, so that would be a good alternative to a betta fish. Number 3 is one I really should keep more of in my fish room, and that's Neocaridina Shrimp. So in this video I'm showing you cherry shrimp. These are actually from Bluefish and Water Colors Aquarium Gallery, so both those fish stores, I took videos there of the fish they had, or the shrimp in this case, and that would be an awesome alternative. It's a super easy fish to keep. They breed a lot, and you can keep a bunch of them in a 5-gallon tank. We're talking, you probably could keep 25, 50 of them in a 5-gallon tank, honestly, as long as you fed them right, kept the water parameters good. And they're super exciting to watch. You can get a big, heavy planted tank and just kind of watch them swim around, and it's a super good alternative to keeping a betta fish. Number 2, a super underrated fish in the hobby. I don't keep any of them. I probably will keep some of them soon as I keep seeing them everywhere, and I really want to get at least a pair of them. And that is killifish. You can get so many different types of killifish. I think they're some of the most colorful freshwater fish out there, and you could easily keep a pair in a 5-gallon tank. They don't get very big. Even the bigger ones are only going to get 3-4 inches. So you can look up all the different kinds. I'll show you all the ones they had at Water Colors Aquarium Gallery here, but they are a super easy fish to keep. They're super colorful, super interesting personalities, and you could breed a pair in a 5-gallon tank easily. So that's why I think it would be a perfect alternative to a betta fish. There's a billion colors to choose from, a billion different fin shapes, so very similar to people that shop for bettas would be interested in shopping for killifish if they knew all the options that were out there. So that's what I think. It's a great alternative to a betta fish. My number 1 alternative to a betta fish is a betta fish. I know that's confusing, but when I say betta fish, what I'm really talking about is if you walk into Petco PetSmart, any of those places, and you walk to their betta rack, you're getting all domestic bettas. So all ones that are bred for those colors, those fins, all of that kind of stuff. The bettas I'm referring to that would be a good alternative are betta wild bettas. So in this video I'm showing you is a Betta embellus. There's a couple other varieties that I'll show you in this video as well, but Betta embellus is the main one I think that people can get a hold of. It's probably one of the easier ones to get a hold of. You can pretty much find local breeders everywhere. In Michigan we have a group that breeds them. You can look up Michigan Bettas on Facebook, they'll find the group. They breed them all the time. You can get them at local fish stores too. If you ask about them, I'm sure they'll find someone that has them and can get them in for you. They're super interesting. I think they might even be easier to keep. A lot of people are interested in keeping more than one betta in a tank. If you want to do that, you can keep wild bettas. In the tank I'm looking at here, I think it's 3 or 4 females and 1 male. So you're keeping 4 in one tank, which is an awesome solution. So that's my #1 alternative to keeping betta fish. All of these fish would be awesome alternatives. All of them could be kept in 5-gallon planted tanks with a heater. Super easy to keep. All of these could be kept right there on your desktop because they're not big tanks. So I think all of these are great alternatives, fish with great personality. So if you're new to fish keeping, you have a betta, you're looking to get a second tank, try any of those out. All of them are super easy to keep. You can look up other videos on YouTube of people that kept them, and they're super easy and they're super fun. Lots of personality, lots of color in all of these. The shrimp, I mean, you can get in a billion different colors. So those are all great alternatives. If you're interested in checking out some of my other content, look through my previous videos, make sure to subscribe. If you're liking this tank you see behind you, this will be next week's video, so make sure to subscribe. I'll talk all about what's going on back here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope you think about keeping some of these fish in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.